Hey everyone, this is Tom Desmond of Apricot Law with a detailed analysis of your top local competitors for the phrase San Jose car accident lawyer. As you know, being ranked in the top 3 for this phrase will bring you lots of car accident cases, and this is the top 3. So in this video, I'm going to pick apart the 2 most important elements, which are relevance and authority, of the top ranking sites to show you exactly how they got into the top spots. And this is kind of funny. These results are, I'll go into why I think they're funny. And more importantly, how to outrank them and get those cases. So you don't really have top competitors. This Yelp and FindLaw directory, even though they're big, powerful sites, they are not hard to outrank, and I'll explain that. So that's what the video is going to be about, is instead of analyzing these websites, I'm going to show you step by step and give you some detailed, actionable steps that you can take to outrank these websites. There's 2 videos in the sidebar of our website, if you're on our website viewing this video. And one is a proof segment that'll show you some of our ranking clients, and the other one is an educational video that kind of talks about link building, and we'll explain some of the lingo if you need further explanation. Also, right above, you'll see that red button. That's a free website audit video that's shot by me. Click that button, fill out the form, and send it over, and you'll get a video analysis of your website in this exact market, shot by me, and it's about a 20-minute video. It's totally free, no sales fluff, so take advantage of that. All right, so I want to call your attention to this tool that I have here. It's a plugin that pulls in these SEO tools that I'm a member of, and I'm going to talk about these numbers. Before I even do that, there's just 2 things you need to know about these numbers. One is that they're ranked from 1 to 100. 100 is the highest. And 2, these numbers come from backlinks. And a backlink is when another website links to your website. So think of these numbers like energy, like an energy gauge or a health gauge or a strength gauge. When the numbers climb and they get higher, it shows that the website's strong, and strong websites outrank weak websites. Okay. The other thing about backlinks, I can't go into depth about backlinks because the video will be too long, but backlinks need to be relevant, meaning they have to come from law-related websites, and authoritative, meaning they have to have other links pointing to them and trusted by Google, and all of these factors are measured with these tools. So this is why this video is going to be helpful for you, because you'll actually see the strength of the websites you have to outrank. So let's jump in. Now, I love seeing Yelp and FindLaw in the top spots because I know I can outrank them, or we at Apricot Law can outrank them very easily. Reason we can outrank them is because they're not really, well, the first reason is Google doesn't really want to promote a big directory like this, because look at it. It's just a bunch of headshots. There's no relevant, useful information. It's just basically a sales site. Google's MO is their priority is to promote websites that provide relevant information, original information with long pages that have links to other pieces of information that a reader is going to want to click on, or relevant outbound links, videos, information, not headshots. And basically, these Yelp and FindLaw and Avo and any of these big, strong directories, when I see them up in the top spots, I know that I can easily jump up there by creating a website that has lots of relevant information. So it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple. And then the other thing I want to point out about Yelp and also about FindLaw is just a couple of these numbers. Now, the trust flow of 74 is very high, and it's a scary number if you're an SEO. But look at the 0 right next to it. The 0 is the trust flow of this actual page. So it's very, very weak. There's no trust to this page. And the page authority is a 1. The domain authority is very, very strong. It's a 94, but the page authority is 1. So this really is a pretty weak site, which tells me that Google does not have another option to promote into the top spots, because these sites simply have not been set up properly. Same thing with the number 3 site, FindLaw, page authority of 37. It's a nice, strong page authority. The Trust Flow is 23, which is pretty good, and Law and Society. Most of their links have the topical trust flow of law. They're all legal sites because all of their clients link to this directory. So it is trusted. However, it's in the number 3 spot because it's not really what Google is looking to promote. This is really the top law firm website. And I'll look at these numbers quickly. Trust flow of the homepage is a 49. It's a very good trust flow number for this market. And you can see the topic trust flow is good. It's a 48, and most of the links pointing into the site are legal sites, they're law related. The page authority of the ranking page is a PA 42, which is very good. I would expect this site to be number 1, just judging by these 2 numbers. Now, here's a couple of other useful numbers before I tell you why this site is not in the number 1 spot. There's a good number of links going into this site, 23,000, almost 24,000 links, and there's 200 links pointing into this internal page with a total referring domains of 558. So that means there's 558 different websites linking to this site for a total of 24,000 links. So that's a lot of links. That's why this page authority is nice and high, and that's why this trust flow, these numbers are all nice and high. Why is it not in the top spot? Well, let's take a look at their on-page SEO. So what I usually say in the beginning of the video is that there's 2 main components to organic ranking. One is relevance and the other is authority. And that's it. It will always be that. Relevance is everything that's on your site, meaning how well your site is stacked up with good content and good on-site SEO to show Google that you're relevant for a lot of phrases that fall under these categories. And then the second component, which is authority, that's where all these numbers come in to play that I was just talking about. And the numbers you can see over here again in this tool. Why is this site lower than the sites that I'm claiming are easy to outrank? Because the on-site stuff is just pretty weak. So one of the most important components of a site is the URL right here. This just says office_San Jose. That's it. It's not optimized for that phrase. It's not optimized for San Jose car accident lawyer. Page title starts with personal injury and car accident lawyers serving San Jose. That's a weak title. It's not terrible, but it's weak. They left out the meta description, which is fine because Google will choose one. And then they left out the meta keywords, which is fine because it's no longer a ranking factor anyway. Their H1 tag does not have the word car accident in it anywhere. So it's not optimized for car accidents, which means the page is not really about car accidents. And then there's no H2 tags. It's just a call to action. So this page is not optimized for that phrase. That's why it's falling into the number 4 spot. And if I scroll down the page, I don't see any links to other car accident related pages at all. So not a hard site to outrank. And that's in the number 4 spot. The number 5 spot, look at the page title. It doesn't say anything about San Jose until after the pipe. So if you want to make it more relevant, you put the phrase that you want to rank for to the left of the pipe. The pipe is this little line. Here is another site. Let's take a close look at this one because all of the numbers look good and the on-site looks good. So there could be an issue. Why is this in the number 6 spot? Is it just climbing up out of a penalty, or has it just been hit with some kind of penalty? Is there some duplicate content someplace? Let's check it out. So we'll look at the authority first. Trust flow, 42 for the home page, 37 for the internal page. Topical trust is good. They're law related. These are good numbers. Page authority 33, that's great. Domain authority 45. Good number of links. 6,000 links to the entire site and then 163 to this site. It's pretty good. Referring domains over 1,000 referring domains. Quite good. Let's take a look at the on-site SEO, see if we can find what's wrong. URL optimized perfectly. Page title. It says Alexander Law Group. So the page title does not have the phrase in it. Meta keywords, that's fine. The H1 does have the phrase. San Jose, auto accident. Attorney, it should be car accident lawyer because it gets searched more often than auto accident attorney. H2 tags. H2 tags are really important. They didn't really take a good advantage of that. I'll give you an example of some H2s when I review one of our clients so you see what we do. Let's look down the page here. They do not have a custom sidebar. And I'll show you, now's a good time to look at a client, so I'll show you the proper way to set this up. Salt Lake City car accident lawyer pulls up almost 4 million results. We got 3.8 million websites shooting for this phrase. Here's our client number 1 and number 2. So he's taken up 2 spots. I click on that link and I'll show you, I'll just go, the numbers are great here, topical trust flow and nice trust flow numbers and page authority. Let's look at the on-page SEO. URL, Salt Lake City car accident lawyer. It's not rocket science. We just use the keyword that's most commonly searched. Same thing with the page title. And we got a call to action in the page title. We write these individual meta descriptions with a call to action. We leave the meta keywords blank because it doesn't do any good. The H1 tag is just as it should be with the main keyword and a call to action. And look at these H2s. So they're a little longer. They do a couple of things. They lead the reader down the page. And this is proven. And we've chosen these H2s specifically for that reason. And another reason, they include commonly searched terms. So if you look at them closely, here's a couple of synonyms. We use auto wreck instead of car accident. Prove negligence. Everybody wants to prove the other person was wrong. Gathering evidence. People always ask about that. We use the word claim because it's commonly searched. We use the word court because it's a hot button. A lot of people don't want to go to court, so they search that. And then we put court in there twice. Make sure, because people want to make sure that they're hiring an attorney that could represent them in court. Some attorneys will just want to do the paperwork, and then if it goes to court, they throw out the case or they refer you to somebody else. And a lot of people who are suffering in this industry do not want that. And then we put the keyword in there again. So excellent use of H2 tags. And then this is probably the most powerful thing you can do as an attorney is build a custom sidebar. Whoops. Oh, I clicked it instead of opening. What I'm going to do here is open up these little drop downs so you can see how much content has been built into just this silo. Of course, he does all subcategories of personal injury, and you can see that throughout the site under his personal injury drop down. But this is all car accident related phrases over here. Common causes, common injuries, common types of car accidents, frequently asked questions. So what happens when you build lots of content like this into your site and you make it easy to get to, Google loves that. And so do your readers. Now, let's say we get you ranked for this phrase in your city. They come on the page, they're scrolling around, they see common injuries, they click on that, and then they'll see something that, I have a head injury. So let me see if there's anything in here that I need to read. Maybe I can learn a little bit about my rights or how I can approach this because I've had a head injury in a car accident in Salt Lake City. It fits them perfectly. And we've done that with so many keywords and commonly searched phrases that it's a very common thing that happens on this website. So a couple things happen here. You're providing good, relevant information for the visitor, which helps them to see you as the trusted advisor. It's very powerful. If they click on a couple of these links and read information that fits their situation, you're more likely to get the call than if someone just sees a page, sees your headshot, and then wants to go see what another attorney has to say. You're keeping them on the page on your website because you're providing information. The other thing is when someone clicks around your site, your bounce rate goes down, and that makes a website very powerful in Google's eyes. Google wants to promote websites that provide good information, and websites with low bounce rates have good information. That's why they have low bounce rates, because people are not leaving them. They're clicking around, they're staying on the site, they're reading information, etc. And check this out. When you create a lot of pages optimized for commonly searched phrases, you rank for all the phrases. And look what happens here. So I just searched head injury lawyer, car accident in Salt Lake City. His website is number 1, it's number 2, it's number 3, it's number 4, it's number 5. Right? It takes up the top 5 spots. So when you have a website that's filled with this kind of content and it's ranked very, very well, you get a lot of traffic and you start to build trust with your visitors, and this button gets clicked a lot. The number gets called. That's the whole idea. This website doesn't come close. It's just not doing it. It doesn't have the numbers. It doesn't have the on-page SEO. So ultimately, that's what needs to happen, and it's not hard. It's not rocket science. It just has to be done over time at the right velocity, the right link building, the right content, etc. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. If you want to learn about Apricot Law, there's lots of information on our site. We're a team of 8 that absolutely love being the best at what we do, and we're happy to bring you on board. I hope you enjoy the video, and please hit that red button, request a free website audit video. You'll get it in about 24 hours.